Greetings, Doctor. I am from Group 5, and today I'll be discussing Article 1, which is Ethical Analysis of the DWS Greenwashing Scandal for BPB22903 Business Law. My group members consist of myself, Bishomai Anlaki K. Subramaniam, Deva Anlaki Gunasegaran, Savin Kumar Anlaki Tavarajan, and Yuga Bhavan, son of Jiva, Ong Chia Keng, and Lim Si Yang. The world is currently in a green gold rush. This means consumer and government values are pivoting more to environmentally friendly values. To achieve this ideal, governments have created the Environment, Social and Governance Seal. This seal gives businesses certain privileges such as reduced tax costs and certain subsidies on whatever products they buy in order to maintain that business. However, here comes the problem. To take advantage of this, businesses are committing greenwashing. Now, greenwashing means that the green marketing or their actions involving the environment do not match what they're actually doing behind the scenes, as their environmentally compliant mask is only to assure show. Now, one good example of this is recently DWS Group. Now, DWS Group is a Dutch bank that has their own ESG engine. Now, doing this, they made an interconnected network that helps them to achieve their own ESG quotas. However, in actuality, a majority of that quota was being fulfilled by non-renewable sources, such as oil wells, coal, and other false integrations, where the ESG engine was not actually compliant and not connected to any other sources. Now, because of this, they were penalized and they were taken regulatory action, where they had to take $27 million or 25 million euros regulatory penalty for faking all of this. Now, why did they do it? They did this to inflate their value and to attract ethical capital, where, for example, the Dutch government may provide them more subsidies in exchange for meeting more quotas or more investors that are more environmentally conscious. Now, as a consequence, they face an ethical dilemma where they lost trust and investors are in danger because their desire to inflate their environmental credentials has developed into a serious problem as they can no longer contain their lives.
My name is Dewa Nalakignasigran. I will begin by discussing paragraph 3, which analyzes the DWS scandal through the lens of utilitarian ethics. Utilitarianism is an ethical theory that states that an action is considered morally right if it produces the greatest benefit for the greatest number of people. In other words, decisions should maximize overall happiness and minimize harm to society. Based on this perspective, greenwashing is clearly unethical. Although companies such as DWS may experience short-term advantage, including increased investment, stronger market reputation, and higher profits, these benefits only favor for the company itself. The article explained that greenwashing causes significant long-term harm. Firstly, it may allocate financial resources because investors may unknowingly support companies that falsely claim to be environmentally responsible. As a result, businesses that are genuinely committed to sustainable practice may receive less support. Secondly, greenwashing delays meaningful action toward addressing climate change and environmental issues. Resources that could have been used to develop sustainable solutions are instead channeled toward deceptive organizations. Lastly, repeated cases of greenwashing reduce public confidence in the financial system. Investors and consumers may become skeptical of all ECG claims, making it difficult for ethical companies to gain trust. Therefore, according to utilitarian ethics, greenwashing fails because it does not maximize overall welfare. Instead, it creates greater harm for society than benefit. Next, I will discuss paragraph 4, which evaluates the DWS scandal using deontological ethics. Deontological ethics focus on moral duties and principles. According to this theory, people and organizations should do what is ethically right because it is their responsibility regardless of the outcomes. In the case of DWS, the company had an obligation to communicate accurate and truthful information regarding its ESG practices. Investors rely on this information when making financial decisions, and therefore companies have a duty to ensure transparency and honesty. However, the article argues that DWS treated honesty as a marketing strategy rather than a moral obligation. The company allegedly exaggerated its sustainability effort to attract investors who were interested in ethical investment. By doing so, DWS created a misleading image of its operations. Investors were not given an objective representation of the company's actual ESG performance. As a result, DWS violated the principles of truthfulness, integrity, and accountability. From an deontological perspective, this behavior is unethical because corporations should never compromise their moral duties for financial gain. Ethical business practice require organizations to remain honest and transparent, even if doing so may reduce profits or competitive advantages. In conclusion, the DWS scandal demonstrates the importance of upholding ethical duties in business decision making.
I'll be presenting about the consequences of ESG ethical failings and preventing greenwashing in corporate Malaysia. The consequences of greenwashing extend far beyond Europe and serve as an important warning for stakeholders in Malaysia. For investors, misleading ESG disclosure weaken the accuracies of risk assessments and can expose portfolios to hidden climate, financial, and regulatory risks. For consumers and the public, greenwashing creates skepticism and makes it increasingly difficult to distinguish genuinely sustainable companies from those simply using environmental claims as a marketing strategy. The case of the DWS Group clearly demonstrates the dangers of such practices. The firm exaggerated ESG claims eventually led to multi-million-dollar fines, executive resignations, regulatory investigations, and significant reputational damage. Rather than enhancing its image, the scandal severely undermined stakeholder damage the company's long-term credibility. These lessons are highly relevant as Malaysia accelerates its sustainability agenda through initiatives such as the National Energy Transition Roadmap and ETR, while companies face growing pressure to meet ESG expectations. They must resist the temptation to prioritize appearance over genuine progress. To avoid the Malaysian equivalent of the DWS scandal, businesses must move beyond performative compliance and embed sustainability into their core operation through transparent reporting, strong governance, and measurable actions. Ultimately, lasting stakeholders trust in built not through ambitious claims but through consistent and authentic commitment to sustainability. Thank you.
Hello there. My name is Yogabavan, son of Jiva. Matrix number AP240092. So today I'm gonna present about the Malaysian industry part of law. So in the Malaysian industry, companies should take stronger action to prevent greenwashing. First, businesses should use independent third-party audits to check sustainability claims, just like financial audits, so ESG information is accurate and trustworthy. Second, authorities, we are talking about authorities such as Bursa Malaysia and the Security Commission should move beyond only not just collecting reports. They should also start enforcing stricter punishments for companies that provide false information. Lastly, companies should create safe environment. These big companies, they play a huge role in making sure that they are the ones who creating a good environment, a safe environment for those whistleblowers, so employees can report unethical actions without fear. Normally, whistleblowers or employees won't report these problems because they are in the fear of getting kicked out or sacked from their job. So the company should make sure that they create a safe environment for this. Thank you. So in conclusion, when we are talking about this topic, our overall topic, sustainability should not be used only as marketing strategy to gain profit or attract customers. Companies must ensure that their actions match what they claim in sustainability reports. Nowadays, people just faking it just for the current scenario where companies tend to fake themselves as sustainable so that they can gain more market attraction and showcase themselves as sustainable company and environmentally friendly. So the DWS scandal teaches Malaysian companies an important lesson, which is that being environmentally responsible is not just about image, but about practicing real ethics and honesty in business. All right, thank you.